What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. This is for entertainment purposes only. I'm a new trader, just sharing my experience with you, trying to learn how to trade this market and make some money. So I made $2,100 today. $2,100. So I started this week, as you can see down here, my balance, I started the week at $5,200 because I took a loss last week. I gained that loss back and then some this week. So I got out of the market this morning. If you watched yesterday's video, I decided not to be greedy. You know what I mean? Just because that was the mistake that I made. I think it was 2 weeks ago. I was up $2,000 and I didn't take it, and then all of a sudden I went from that into the negative real quick because I was greedy. I wanted more, and it wasn't there. So it was on the table, I didn't take it, and poof, it was gone. So I wasn't taking the chance. I was not taking the chance this morning. Plus we had the GBP news, which actually pushed it lower. Go figure. You know, that's the chance you take. But, you know, this is crazy. So, usually, and that's the thing, everything you learn in Forex is subjective. Like, it doesn't mean for sure 100% that that's actually going to happen. Like, when you get these corrective structures like this, usually that means, you know, you had a big bullish move and price is kind of just wiggling its way down slowly to catch more buyers at some level, you know what I mean? Because you had the big bullish move, and most normal people aren't just going to buy there. They want to see it pull back a little bit, so it slowly kind of jumps down and down and down and down until it finds enough buyers to push it higher. But in this case, it looks like with the news, maybe this was the move up. Took out this little high, didn't have enough momentum, and then it broke to the downside. So you never know. But usually speaking, this means another push on higher time frames, lower time frames, any time frame, usually, but not always. And I'm starting to see that every single thing that I've learned in Forex is subjective. It depends. There's not like a rule book that you can just follow and instantly make money. It's not there. It doesn't exist, because I feel like the market makers know what people are learning, and they're going to try to throw us off. They're going to try. And they usually do a pretty good job of it. especially when you're first starting out. So GBPUSD, this came down and hit my take profit level last night or early this morning. Yeah, it was early this morning. Hit my take profit level right about there, and I pretty much left all of this on the table, but it is what it is. I made money. You know, be happy. Move on. Euro USD. This was a good one, man. I almost made pretty much $1,000 just off of this one right here. My entry was right there. I did pretty good on this. I'm not gonna lie. So if we go to the 15-minute chart, yeah, let's go to the 15-minute chart here, and I'll show you exactly. Oh, look at this. I thought this was gonna come back up. Second test. We'll see. I'm gonna stay right where I am. My entry was right here. It dropped, then it kind of consolidated sideways a little bit, and then it dropped again this morning. This was about, I don't know, 7:30 this morning, and I took profit right there, literally right there. I took profit and got out. Like, I couldn't have timed that any better. And as soon as I got out on this candle, this red candle right there, I got out on that candle. and then it started to push back up, and I re-entered right here at this retest today, and it dropped again, and I took it and I got out again. So I made another 200 bucks off of this little drop, took it and got out. I'm just being cautious now because I just made a shit ton of money this week, and I do not want to just give it back. I kind of want to wait for another good juicy setup, but we do have pretty good momentum right now. That's the thing. So I'm willing to get back in if this comes back up for a second retest, because I'm looking for like a, like a corrective structure here up. And if we get that and we can hit this trend line again, or this trend line, I'll re-enter. Maybe my stop will be above this high somewhere here, aiming to the downside, because I think that's definitely where we're headed. Because if you zoom out, we'll go back out to the 4-hour chart now. Yeah, see, we've been in this overall like big consolidation pattern here. We have 1, 2, 3 touches here. We had the break, 1, 2 touches there, and it came down and broke. So I think there's going to be a few attempts of a retest of this trend line tonight, and if it holds, then we're going to drop further, because we have not taken out any of these guys yet, and I think we're going to. So I'm willing to get back in if we come up and I can get in at or very, very close to the trend line, and I'll be back in. I'm going to put the same position back in, and I'll ride this down. Put the stop above this little high here. Minimal risk. And then otherwise I'm going to wait for this to come down. And right here, this 96 or .96000 area, I might drag my order up a bit because that might be where it stops. The market makers like to trade right at round numbers, so maybe you want to be a little bit early so that you make sure you get triggered there. But that's kind of where I want to see the market come to before I'm willing to just grab this and hold it for the long term, because I think we're getting close. We're definitely getting close. And then GBPUSD, same thing. I think this is going to continue to drop. I may be looking to try to get back in this too. Yeah, short. At least to this low. I'd love to see it come to this low, and this is where I'm interested to get in right here. As of right now, it might change, but what is this? 1.09000 level area-ish. After we take out these two lows, that I'll be looking to get in long for the long haul, but we'll see. And let's see, USDCAD. Oh, I was also in USDJPY last night, and I remember saying that if I drag my stop up too early, you can go back and look in the video. Actually, you know what? I'll put a clip right here of what I said. And yeah, like the stop loss is here, but again, I might. But sometimes that screws me over by dragging it up too early, because price very well could come back down and then keep going. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to watch this. I'm thinking regardless, tomorrow at 7:30, I'm gonna just check things and then make up my mind then. So as you can see, I entered like right here, like literally right. Actually, let's do this over. I entered right here, right at this line, pushed up. It came screaming back down last night, touched my order again, and then pushed up further. So if I had dragged my stop up last night, I would have been taken out of this. But I did not drag my stop up last night. I kind of left my stops where they were. And yeah, this thing went up. But I decided to take it. Dropped again, came back up. Like, I don't know. This one's looking confusing to me. This just kind of looks corrective. I don't know. There could be another drop. I don't know. I'm not a fan of USDJPY. Every time I trade this pair, I get screwed over. So I don't know. I'm very cautious here. But other than that, USD Swiss franc. Check this out. So we have this trend line here on the 4 hour, and this is the thing, that the longer price goes on, the more information you get, because like I had this trend line like this, and I guess that could be right. I mean, we have touch. Then we got some there, but then you can move this, because every other chart has broken somewhere and is about to retest, but not this one. But if we move this to like right here, right? And this is the thing, like I think everybody does this a little bit differently, even support and resistance. That's one thing I don't really use a lot anymore. The support and resistance lines. I don't even have one on this chart. I mean, there's times where I'll like drag I think one line. So if we just have one support and resistance line on the chart that we can kind of drag around and put it where we're interested in, I think that's all you need. Just one. You know, if you're gonna short, then put it above price to see where you're gonna try to get in. If you're trying to buy, then bring it down below price to see where you're trying to get in. Other than that, I think the trend lines, the overall trend lines are my favorite so far. Like, that works good for me, is trend lines. So if we move this trend line like this, a little different, we have touch. You can see it staggered here for a minute, then broke, came up, retested it, rejected, and then we came up and busted through. So I'm looking for price to come back down, retest this trend line, and continue up. And where I think we're headed is if we go to the monthly chart. I drug out this. We have touch here, touch there. This was high volatility, anomaly, false break. You know what I mean? Because that happens a lot on these, and you have to be able to spot them, like the false breaks, and realize that's all it was. But we have a false break here, then we have a touch there, we have a touch there, and just about there. So we have a lot of respect of this line, and we have some pretty gnarly bullish momentum going on right now. But this looks like an overall bigger picture corrective structure, right? So I would say I'm bullish on this until we get up into this area here. And then I'm going to be looking for a long-term hold short, because I mean, look at the yeah, look at this. I mean, yeah, this is like 100% bearish move. We're in a corrective structure, bearish move down. That's more than likely what's happening right here. So I'm bullish on this until we get up into this area, and then I'll be looking to get in for a nice long-term short. So for now, I have a buy order right here. I may adjust this slightly. This is just kind of real quick. I just slapped it on the chart. I was kind of eyeballing this, but I might go left and start trying to pick levels and then front run it a little bit so I don't get missed. But what I'm kind of hoping for is like a correction down like this, respecting this trend line for another push up, because I think we're going after this high right here for starters anyway, and we're not there yet. So we just took out the previous high, so now that's the next guy in question for sure. So yeah, and you can see we were heading up, broke down below the trend line, which probably got a lot of people short, and then it popped right back up through. And now, yeah, I definitely think this was going up. So I'm gonna wait until my order gets filled, and then then I'll go in and kind of try to figure out where I want my stop loss. But I've been much better lately about setting close stops. So this is like one thing I used to do a lot because I was like so unsure of myself. I'm like, well, every time I put a stop, I always get like, they always hit my stop. Well, then your trade wasn't right. You know what I mean? Because you just have to pick the levels right. I don't know. It's hard to explain because I've done it a few times this week where I've had a entry, I've had a stop, it came up, triggered my order, and just, it didn't even come close to my stop and moved. So I want to not risk, like I don't want to ever be in $2,300 in drawdown ever again, unless my account is like $100,000. If my account's $100,000, fine. I'm okay with $2,300 in drawdown. But my account is not that. It's like $7,000 right now. So my account should never, ever, ever, ever be $2,300 in drawdown. But at the same time, it's like you see so many times, like Aussie USD this week. Where are you? Yeah, look at this. Aussie USD. I sold right here. Right there. No, sorry. I think it was a little bit lower. I think it was like right here. But regardless, I sold here. It pushed way up. I was probably like $1,000 in the hole there. And that's kind of scary. But look, if I had just held on, obviously I would be probably up $1,000 right now. But I just kind of waited for a retracement, took a smaller loss, got out, and looked for a different trade. And definitely it paid off this week. But Aussie USD is the only one that has not broken through this trend line yet, which I think it's going to. I think we're going after this COVID low, but we shall see. So other than that, I'm going to try to look for the rest of this week, and probably the beginning of next week, I'm just going to be looking for corrective structures like retracements, and like if we get a corrective structure here, I'll be looking for another drop. Or if we get a drop and it does not take out this low, and then we get a corrective structure like this, then I'll be looking for a sell. Or even if this thing comes down and takes out this low and we get a corrective structure back up like this, I will still be looking for down until we, I really do think we're going to take out both of these, but I don't know. We will have to see. But other than that, I'm starting to look for some long-term trades now, because now we're heading in the direction I wanted it to head. Like NZDCAD, this thing's been going up like forever without me, and I'm like, what the hell? If you look at the monthly chart here, yeah, look at this. Look at this. Can't tell me this doesn't look good. Big bullish move. Corrective structure. We're at the trend line. Like, we're right there. And you can see it touched once, pushed up, came back down. Second time it hit this trend line. Little false break, and then it's been pushing up, but it's been pushing up slow and correctively. So I want to see this thing come back down, and I was, you know, I kind of took my time here. This is one that I actually took my time on for a second and went back in the charts, looked at the levels, and tried to figure out exactly where I'm cool with throwing down some money. 80,000 units. And I brought my stop loss to this low just to see, you know, how much it would be. It's under $1,000. All right. Am I gonna put my stop loss there? No. I would probably be like here, right below these wicks here. That's what I would risk. But I will enter here. I will enter right here. But I want to see what price is doing when we get to this area. But for now, I'm just going to leave that there in case crap happens when I'm not looking. Boom, I at least want to get in, and then I'll figure out, you know, the stop and take profit, which I want this to be a long-term hold. Because this is starting to look good. If you look at the monthly chart, you know, we had this big bearish candle, we had the wick, now we have an inside bar, which is a sign that potential reversal. Now we should get a retracement back down and then keep pushing further up. We haven't even come close to major swing highs on the monthly. Yeah, and look at this. We haven't even come close to major swing highs on the weekly chart. And it's starting to retrace. So that I think this is a good sign that this might come down, find some more buyers, and keep going. So I definitely want to be in that. Same with GBPUSD. I have a order, 50,000 units, sitting at 1.09105, roughly speaking. It might come up a little bit. Yeah, maybe, you know what, we might go right there. 1.09281. Yeah, looks good. We got wick touch there, a wick touch there. It'll probably come down and break this a little bit, but you know what, we'll go right to the tip of that wick. Sorry. Yeah. 1.09215. Yeah. I'm cool with that. And then Euro USD. We're looking for the 0.96000 level. That's where I'd be willing to get in for a long-term hold. But yeah, this buy order is going to stay there, and I'm just going to keep looking for corrective structures. And any opportunity I think I can take to just ride this down short, I might jump in and do small moves from here on out. Yeah, we're doing good this week. And USDCAD. So USDCAD, you know, we have this double top here. There's probably a lot of liquidity sitting above that. I don't know, it just seems like I would imagine that this thing is probably going to try to push there. Look at, yeah, this monthly candle. So I'm starting to see how price moves and start to understand what's actually going on. So you see this bullish move right here and this big bullish candle. I mean, that's a lot of investors that, you know, threw down right there. And now we're in this little correction. Like, this is just people in and out, in and out, in and out. But the big guys are still saying, hey, we're long. We're long. Until this bullish candle gets kind of erased, this is long. So we might, it's probably just going to be like some sort of correction pattern and then keep pushing up. That's kind of what I see. So USDCAD, I really think this is going to, yeah, see, I mean, look at this. This is like a bullish move, correction. And is this only a two-legged correction? I don't know. Or is that it? Maybe it's just like boom, double top. Maybe this thing comes up and breaks it and then drops. I don't know, but I definitely think we're going up there, and things are super bullish right now. So yeah, we'll just have to take it a step at a time here. Yeah, you can see how many different, oh, let's go back to USDCAD. See how many different charting techniques I've tried. I notice in the past, like if I go back, I see that I did boxes here, I did trend lines there, I did support and resistance there. Like, I've tried everything. And yeah, so far I like trend lines. Trend lines. Yeah, 100% trend lines. And maybe one support and resistance line. Moving average. And once in a while, I throw on Luxy. Because Lux Algo kind of does help once in a while. And I think even the big guys even know about these algorithms, because you can see all the time where they'll throw a strong sell and then immediately after a strong buy. So they were trying to fake you out. You know what I mean? By pushing and then pulling, you know? But I noticed that. So whenever you get that and then that, chances are it's going in the second one's direction, not the first. So yeah, anyways, that's yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go with Euro USD, USD, Swiss franc, and possibly GBPUSD. Look for a correction and further downside. Otherwise, I'm gonna just wait. Like, I don't want to be risking big at all anymore this week. It's gonna be small trades with minimal risk. And otherwise, I want to wait for price to come down into these big levels. Now look at that sell signal right there. Yeah, I want to wait for price to come down to my long-term buys, get in, hold those. I want to have a couple of long-term holds, or I just hold them and let them go, and that will be like a piece of my capital, and then the rest of it I will use to day trade and kind of mess around and see which one does better. So we're getting there. We are getting there. But anyways, that's it for this one. Make sure you subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. See you later.